Here are solutions to test number 2 for ECE 211 Circuits 1. This test looks at Thevenin equivalence, max power transfer, superposition, and op amps. The first problem is, given a circuit like this, find the Thevenin equivalent looking in. Now, I know that the Thevenin equivalent is going to be Thevenin voltage and a Thevenin resistance. There's a couple ways to do this. One approach is do a test on this circuit to find the different parameters. Do the same test on the actual circuit, and I should get the same answer. So if I measure the open circuit voltage, that'll be V Thevenin. Do the same thing over here. Find the open circuit voltage. To do that, I'll write the node equations. At node V1, V1 minus 10 over 27 plus V1 over 36 minus 100 milliamps plus V1 over 78 ohms equals 0. Solve for V1. V1 is 6.05 volts. By voltage division, V2 is then 68 over 78. That percentage of V1, 5.28 volts. That's the open circuit voltage, so that's V Thevenin. To find R Thevenin, I could do the short circuit current, or I could find the resistance looking in. So to do that, I turn off the sources, make this 0, find the resistance. So this is 27 in parallel with 36, gives you 15 ohms. In series with 10 gives you 25 ohms. In parallel with 68 gives you 18 ohms. So that's R Thevenin, 18 ohms. Another way you could do it is find the short circuit current. Short this to ground, find the current, then the resistance is voltage over current. Open circuit voltage divided by short circuit current. Should get the same answer. So there is V Thevenin and R Thevenin. Problem 2 is max power transfer. Suppose I have a circuit with this load line. What resistance at the load maximizes the power to the load, and how much power is that? Well, again, I could treat this as a Thevenin equivalent. I can take that unknown box and replace it with this Thevenin equivalent. Anything that has the same load line looks the same as far as the load is concerned. The open circuit voltage is 8.9 volts, so this is 8.9 volts. The short circuit current is 120 milliamps, so if I short this, I'll get 126 milliamps. That tells you R. R is 70 ohms. Max power transfer is when the load is equal to R Thevenin. So max power to the load is when RL is 70 ohms. The actual power then is, well, a couple ways of doing it. I could find the total power delivered, half goes to the load. I could find the current, then the power is I squared R. Either way, here the total power delivered is V squared over the total resistance, 560 milliwatts. Half goes to the load, half goes to R Thevenin. So the max power of the load is 280 milliwatts. Next problem, ideal op amps. Assume ideal op amps and write the voltage node equations. Don't have to solve, just write the equations. With ideal op amps and negative feedback, V plus equals V minus. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need to write 6 equations, 6 unknowns. 2 of them are easy. I know that V1 equals V2. I know that V5 equals 0. That's 2 equations. I got 4 to go. I would like to write the node equation V3, but I can't because I don't know the current out of the op amp. I'd like to write the node equation V6, but again, I can't. I don't know the current out of the op amp. I can write the node equation at V1. So this is V1 minus 9 over 100 plus V1 minus V4 over 200 is 0. I can write the node equation V2. V2 minus 5 over 100 plus V2 minus V3 over 300 equals 0. Again, the current into the op amp is basically 0 for an ideal op amp. At node 4, the current up, V4 minus V1 over 200 plus V4 minus V3 over 100 plus V4 minus V6 over 470 plus V4 minus V5 over 220 equals 0. And finally, at node 5, V5 minus V4 over 220 plus V5 minus V6 over 330 equals 0. Gives me 6 equations, 6 unknowns. Next problem, Schmidt trigger. Come up with a circuit that outputs 5 volts when R is bigger than 1200 ohms, 0 volts when R is less than 900 ohms. So first, pick your favorite resistor for this guy. Typically pick this somewhere in the range of R. That's where it works best. On paper, you can pick any value. Works best in practice if you pick it somewhere between 900 and 1200 ohms. I'll just choose 1000. 1000 is a nice number. When I do that, at 1200 ohms, the voltage at X is 2.73 volts. At 900 ohms, it's 2.36 volts. So this is V on. This is V off. Since V on is more than V off, I connect to the plus input. V on is the offset. And the gain is the slope. Output changes by 5 volts as the input changes by 0.4 volts. The slope is 13. Pick the resistors to be 13 to 1. And there's a circuit that'll turn on at 900 ohms, or actually turn on at 1200 ohms, turn off at 900 ohms. Next problem is write the differential equations for this circuit. For the inductor, V is L di dt. So this voltage is 0.1 times the derivative of current. V1 is just V0 minus the voltage right here. That voltage is V2 plus I times R, plus 33 times I1. For the capacitor I2, current in equals current out is this current plus this current minus this current. So I2 is I1 plus V0 minus V2 over 27 minus V2 over 49. Gives you 2 differential equations, 2 coupled first-order differential equations. I know there'll be 2 of them because they have 2 energy storage elements, 1 inductor, 1 capacitor. The last problem. And the last problem is find the total impedance of this circuit. So again, this is adding resistors in series and parallel, only now using complex numbers. HP calculators can do this, MATLAB can do it, TIs and Sharp kind of struggle. But this would be these 2 in parallel, so it's 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. Take the inverse. All this together gives you 350 plus J150, 155. These in parallel is 680 minus J330 in parallel with 750. Sum the inverses, take the inverse, and I get 376 minus J86. In series, they add. So the total impedance is 726 plus J68. And that is test number 2 for ECE 211.